All right, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Bahamut, your caster. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having Order of the Sleeping Dragons, abbreviated as OSD. And on the right, we are going to be having Macro Trash. This is a heroic division matchup. Now, let's talk about coin flip. We'll start right there. Bobo, thank you. Thank you. I'm so sorry about the wait. It's just... Cute dog is better than just an MIA screen. But we are in this draft currently. One thing I want to talk about really quickly is that the coin flip was won by Order of the Sleeping Dragon. They went ahead and banned out Braxis Holdout. Macro Trash then took away Volskaya Foundry. First map was chosen by OSD, giving the first pick over to the members of Macro Trash, which is Infernal Shrines, and they are going to keep it thematic, and Macro Trash is going to go ahead and pick up Battlefield of Eternity after this. We are going to have a Diablo night in front of us. And this is only the first matchup. We've got another one at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time right after this. So don't go anywhere. Get a beer or a couple beers and sit tight. We got a couple games coming up right now, as we do have that Maya being banned out by the members of Macro Trash. OSD still waiting, thinking about either Phoenix, maybe the Stukov, maybe the Garrosh, maybe the Medivh. Mostly Medivh that we've been seeing ban-wise, but at the same time, there are quite a few options at this time. Wonder what they're going to be going with. It's going to be that Garrosh. Not going to want to deal with that at this time. Macro Trash, what do they take in the first slot? A lot of teams, especially on Infernal Shrines, I've been seeing... I was going to talk about Stukov. There's usually a high priority, but I do like them going ahead and picking up the Hanzo here. It will offer quite a bit as poke vision, as well as really good team fight aspect into a lot of these shrines. A lot of grouping, a lot of stacking of heroes. A lot of good setup there, so look to see maybe a lot of combination around that Dragon's Arrow that will get the huge typical 4-man stun, but even then, solo man stun into whatever else kind of you want to body them with is pretty powerful. Sonya can be picked up by Order of the Sleeping Dragon. That will be played by, I believe, their solo laner Corgi Booty, and then Malfurion going to be picked up on top of that. Going to be going ahead and getting that solo laner with probably what's considered one of the strongest healers right now, even after some changes came through mid last week, I want to say. Was it this week? It's honestly a blur. I actually think it was this week. I'm really not sure. I want to say mid last week. Stukov, though, going to be grabbed by the members of Macro Trash. Going to have that really good zone control as well as pustule healing. We're going to be grabbing a Varian in this as well. Colossal Smash or Taunt. It doesn't show a lot for the draft, and this is what I really, really like what they're doing here, because of the fact that they've gone ahead and just been like, all right, you know what? We've got a strong DPS, but we've also got, he offers good poke and also good vision. Stukov is really good on the control factor, as well as the single target disengage, as well as team disengage with either flailing swipe or massive shove. And then Varian. See, the thing with Varian is you can technically solo lane him a little bit, and it doesn't. I still think that they can pick up a tank on top of this. They can pick up a main tank. And even then, they could pick up a solo laner. So they're kind of throwing this out there where it's like, all right, your two options are ban out a main tank that you're kind of afraid of, ban out a solo laner that you don't want to go into that Sonya, or you ban out Shrine Clear. And so at this point, ooh, I like the Malfield. Not a bad idea. Would have been strong into the Sonya, great into the solo lane, very good for the Shrines. It's a really strong ban. So they kind of did a 2-in-1 there. They said, you know what, you can play this Malthiel multiple different ways. Let's just take that off the table. As members of Macro Trash, I honestly would say Garrosh is off the table. ETC is a threat. I think they have enough interrupt for a Mosh that they could maybe, I would personally say, excuse me, ban out the Diablo. I think there's a lot of, ooh, they're going to go for that ETC actually. The only reason I say Diablo is I think that it combos really well into the Malfurion, Overpower into Roots, Shadow Charge into Roots. There are so many assets that I really think that a Diablo can offer into this team. But either way, ETC going to be banned out by the members of Macro Trash. What do they grab here in this 3-4 slot on the side of Order of the Sleeping Dragons? They still need Shrine Clear, they still need a main tank, and they need their main source of damage. Junkrat's going to offer some poke into that team, and Greymane as well. K9 Good Boy is going to be getting into this game. So they're actually going to be flexing on their main tank. I like the Junkrat for the poke. I think that's a really, really strong aspect for the team. Greymane offers a lot into that as well with the Shrine Clear, Lane Clear, and even Camp. He's such a versatile hero. We were actually just talking about this in another Discord right before the stream started about, you know, heroes that you can swap out with Greymane. And there are so many options, yes, but the one thing that I do like about Greymane is that he's versatile all across the entire, you know, board. I mean, when it comes to, you can put him in the solo lane if you want. You can put him in the 4-man. I mean, that's the versatility that I was talking about. Full roster for the first time. Ooh. Oh. Exciting. All right, Valkia, how you doing? Thank you for coming by. Ragnar's going to be picked up, though, by the members of Macro Trash. And Blaze for that solo lane. So they're going to be main tanking with that Varian. Blaze going to be in that solo lane. Hanzo going to be offering poke. They have good Shrine Clear with the Ragnaros. I do like they can play this really slow on the side of Macro Trash. I do think that they can really get those solo picks from the members of Order of the Sleeping Dragon, but the big thing is being able to actually get those solo picks. That's really the part that you have to worry about, in my opinion, is like, all right, are you gonna be able to get that kill? Because the fact that, I mean, it's just getting in there and having someone out of position is the big thing in the situation. Can Varian get on someone that can be taunted, and then have Blaze go ahead and get that charge in, or the jet propulsion, and Stukov getting that silence out in time, and then Hanzo and Ragnaros getting the blow up onto that hero. That's the execution that we need to see from those members. This last pick, though, I think the Diablo is great here. I think it works well with their draft. I think overall he's a strong hero, and that's gonna be it. And excuse me, with this skin, she's a very strong hero. But I do gotta say, like, between these two teams, solo target blow up on the side of Macro Trash is really powerful. At the same time, they've got the exact same kind of setup on the side of OSD. They can get a really, really good single target with the separation that you can get from the Junkrat, as well as Diablo getting in there and shadow charging and pushing people around, and the overpower as well. I don't really know who to give it over to. The Shrine Clear is, I would say, fairly even between the two teams. Team fights, I think they both offer something into it. Greymane having a little bit of dive with that Diablo, I think, is good, but at the same time, they can play it so slow on the side of Macro Trash. So if they don't want to take the engagement, they can back off. They've got a lot of disengaged tools. All right, let's go ahead and get right into this. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having Order of the Sleeping Dragons with Radiant on the Diablo. Silent Shoe going to be on that Junkrat. Corky Booty going to be playing that Sonya. Woven on the Greymane. We're going to be having Trinith going to be rounding it out on that Malfurion. On the right-hand side, we are going to be having Macro Trash with Huff Money going to be playing that Varian. Frank Duke's going to be playing the Blaze there. Stormtrooper going to be on that Hanzo. Hedgie going to be playing that Ragnaros, and Spurbeck on that Stukov. Let's get into this game number 1 between these two teams. Hanzo going to go ahead and get that vision right out the gate. Junkrat going to be poking out just to get a little bit of vision with those grenades as they do come out. Huff Money, though, going to be in this bush as the vision does go away. Going to be switching the other one. Going to get some poke out. Now, just really quickly, looking at talent builds, we're actually going to be having the Living Meteor coming out from Hedgie here on that Ragnaros. It's going to be quite a big asset to have, as well as, you know, just being able to stack that. It will work quite beneficial on the Shrine. We'll see as that progresses here, especially being in the 4-man, going to be able to stack that up quite a bit, I would assume, as they do rotate down into this bottom lane. And it looks like this will be the setup in this matchup here, as we do have a separation going out onto Spurbeck. There is going to be the first kill of the game going over to Order of the Sleeping Dragon. Diablo a little bit low there, but going to be able to get out of there really quickly, though, as this rotation is going to be taking place. We'll peek up into the top lane. Corgi Booty going to be going into Frank Jukes, as it looks like Sonya pushing up this lane a little bit, but Frank Jukes going to be diving in, trying to get some damage out on the same side. Overall, though, between these two teams, it's just going to be rotations coming out and just trying to soak experience as best as they can. Now, the one thing I will point out is that they have lost a member on the side of Macro Trash early here, but the experience is still about even, as these two camps are going to be picked up at roughly the same time. Both teams going to be just making sure they get some mid lane pressure, as we do have Ragnaros rotating into that bottom lane. Gonna go ahead and just get some more clear onto this, pushing up a little bit more. And I hate my own words as the talents are just, or the experience is just barely difference between, there's barely a difference between these two teams. Jumping back into top lane though, Corky Booty going to be pushing this up right into range of towers, going to be taking some damage themselves. Not going to be that big of a deal, as Stormtrooper going to be getting the clear onto this mid lane camp. Meanwhile, though, we do have this bottom lane being picked up. They will be forced out. They do not have their Hanzo for the situation. Not going to be taking any sort of risky play at this time, as fours are going to be achieved almost simultaneously for both teams. One thing I will note is we do have the Punisher popping up in the next 40 seconds or so here. Going through the talents really quickly, doesn't look like anything too out of the ordinary. We still have Ragnaros going into that Living Meteor build. Definitely going to be getting some extra damage as, excuse me, the extra spell armor. Extra damage, I believe, is the 7 talent with stacking, if I'm not mistaken. Variant, though, going into that Lion's Maw level 1, going to have the taunt at level 4, so they're going to have this for this next fight. Maybe see if they can catch someone out of position, as Diablo not going to be in the best spot. They start to burn them down. The silence is going to be right underneath Hanzo going over the wall. That will be Diablo killed. Ooh, and actually Woven going to be diving in the backline. Going to be going ahead and getting the kill onto the Stukov, as Huff Money going to get knocked away by Silent Shoe, but Woven falling so extremely low, and there will be the Living Meteor to kind of just delay out that Hearth for a hot second, as we do have another taunt going out onto Silent Shoe. The root will be out underneath Huff Money. Stormtrooper going to have to back off at this time with under 200 health. Vision going to be going out with that Sonic Arrow, but meanwhile, Blaze, Frank Jukes is going to go ahead, start the Punisher, excuse me, the Shrine. Going to be soaking up this lane, though, a little bit, as Corgi Booty going to be matching in that lane as well. Everyone back at this time. We do have Varian coming back from core, but Diablo already trying to set the pace on the Shrine. Hedgie going to go ahead and get some clear with that Living Meteor, as the Pustule will go out from Spurbeck, dive in from Corgi Booty. We do have Diablo getting some work in here, as Wolva and Silent Shoe and Trinith as well, just poking in here, and it is a decent race going over in favor for the members of OSD. No, never mind, I was going to say it's pretty even at this point. Diablo going to be rotating off into lane, maybe going to be working on getting a flank here. It's going to be happening onto Stormtrooper. The root goes out underneath, but there will be the Pustule going out as well. There is the jump over the wall. Taunt going to be going out onto Woven there, as Huff Money looking to get that kill on the Grey Mane. Not going to be happening, as it is 25 to 26 on the Skeletal Defenders, and it is a very, very close race between these two teams, as we do have the clear happening, and there really seems like actually both teams are focusing quite a bit on this, as we do have the root coming out from the Malfurion. There are going to be Taunt going to be going out into Diablo. Huff Money falling so low, that will be Varian falling at this time. Punisher going to be picked up in favor for the members of OSD, as they do lose their Diablo. Frank Juke's a little bit low here, but they had that poke in from Hedgie on the Ragnaros, popping into that Molten Core form. Going to be able to get that poke out, which is very beneficial for them. They trade out tanks at this time. And they go ahead and they bait the Punisher over the wall, as Woven works on this wall. Silent Shoe going to be helping out with that, as the Punisher starts to work down this mid fort. They actually, they should be able to open up this wall on the side of OSD with the help of this wave. Huff Money going to dive in, actually, and they're going to be getting right onto Woven here, as they get out with a couple hundred health. Not going to be enough, as we do have these lanes going back over in favor these lanes going back over to the standard rotation. Frank Jukes going to be going up against Corgi Booty in this top lane. Camp's going to be picked up by the members of Macro Trash as well. Okay. I was going to say as well as OSD, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and just start rotating in lane here, working for that 10. And the big thing here before getting to the next Punisher, which will be in the top lane, is potentially trying to get to 10. And it's a huge asset. If you can start to run away with that level of experience, and especially getting the next Punisher in that top lane, could be huge for them. There is going to be a route that will connect out onto Huff Money. They are going to be trying to get onto this Diablo. The taunt does go out. The healing is going to be there. Looks like it will be enough, as they do pick up this camp, but at the same time, Frank Jukes going in for that flank onto Woven. Not going to be enough at this time, as we do have this camp being grabbed and pushing up into the mid lane. This should be an even clear between these two teams, as Diablo is going to be in that bottom lane, soaking up as much as possible, trying to get to those 100 stacks of Black Soul Black Stone Souls? Black Soul Stones? Black Soulstone. There we go. Just to, you know, have that instant revival for the next fight here. As Frank Jukes is going to be pushed back into the gate, or at least into the wave, going to be using that self-healing at this time. Meanwhile, though, Hedgie going to be making sure that bottom is going to get soaked out as best as possible. Push into Diablo, not going to be taking too much of a loss in experience at this time, as they do have these rotations coming out from mid lane. Setting themselves up, but it will be scattered out by the Fire Stomp from Radiant. Just poke out from Silent Shoe. Camp going to be grabbed, I think, at this time in the bottom lane. Sonya going to be going ahead and grabbing the Bruiser Camp on this left-hand side. Meanwhile, though, Stormtroopy going to be soaking up as much as possible, trying to get close to those 10s as well. We are going to be having that Rip Tire. We will have Wrath of Berserker, Apocalypse out from the Diablo. Malfurion going to be grabbing that Twilight Dream. We're going to be having the Go for the Throat for the Greymane as Sonya goes ahead and finishes out this camp. We'll be pushing to that top lane. Now, this is the same lane as the next Punisher, which will be beneficial for the members of Macro Trash, as they will just be able to go right down there and clear. It's not going to be like it's in the bottom lane. They have to rotate top. You know, it's not like it's down here pushing into bottom and they, you know, need to split an asset across the map from top lane. 10's, though, going to be achieved on the side of Macro Trash. We do have the Sulfurious Smash, Bunker coming out from the Blaze. We do have the Flailing Swipe out from Stukov, Dragon Arrow out from Hanzo, and we have Varian going to be going ahead, and they do have the, I believe it's the Fortification? Shield Wall, excuse me. But going to be also having that taunt. Either way, this is going to be the Shrine activating at this time. They dive right onto it, and they're going to go ahead start to get some clear onto this, as the members of Macro Trash are going to be trying to rotate in here. Going to go ahead and get some positioning in their favor. Corgi Booty going to get stunned out as well as taunted. And then there was the Sulfurious Smash. The Apocalypse does come out, but they still get the kill onto the Sonya. They start to dive in on Hedgie here. Radiant going to be good, hitting so low, but actually they get the kill onto the Ragnaros. A 1-for-1 trade as the Riptire comes out from the Junkrat. Trinith a little bit low, going to need to back off at this time. They do force them off on the side of Macro Trash. OSD going to be going ahead and just soaking into this lane, pushing back this camp that was pressuring their gate. They even it out on the side of Skeletal Defenders as Radiant coming in here. Gonna go that rag trait value. That rag trait no value. Taunt gonna be going out to Diablo as they sidestep that a little bit there. There is going to be the concussion mine going out from the Junkrat. Diablo going to be falling at this time. Woven's getting Huff Money so low as Corgi Booty gets slowed here. They get the kill onto that Greymane at this time. There is going to be Hedgie in that Molten Core form poking into this as they set their eyes to try and get these last couple. There is going to be the taunt from Huff Money onto Corgi Booty as they fall so low. That is also going to be Sonya falling at this time. Frank Jukes pushing into Silent Shoe a little bit here, and that will be the Mortar Punisher picked up in favor for the members of Macro Trash. They start to push into top lane here with this, and they've already weakened this up a little bit. They should be able to kind of take out the sidewall with this in tandem and then maybe move in a little bit further, as there is going to be that Junkrat root just to slow them down for a second. Spurback going to be opening that up. We do have Ragnaros rotating into that bottom lane. Going to go ahead and just get that split soak, push them closer to 13 as this fort looks like it is not long for this world. Punisher going to go ahead and jump over onto the Diablo. They are going to be able to pull this away towards their keep front gate and get this clear onto this. Shouldn't be a problem. The members of Macro Trash going to rotate out as they did get the clear onto that top lane fort, as well as the healing well. The other thing that they can do at this point, with the slight advantage they have, they can maybe push into mid. Doesn't look like it's going to be the option, as they do set up for a little bit of a bush party. Gonna grab this siege camp and just create some map pressure. And this is the big thing on a map like this is, we saw this actually last night. I think we were casting on this map, or maybe it was 2 nights ago, but the one thing on Infernal Shrines is momentum and pacing, and if you can realistically get a little bit of wind beneath your wings, if you will, you can definitely start to rotate around the map and do a couple things more freely and create pressure for your enemy team to deal with, and that's exactly what they're doing. They don't really want to push up the lanes too far. Top lane is, they can definitely send a solo laner up at this time, or, someone to come up here, get this experience, but they're going to be rotating around the map, getting this bottom lane camp, pushing this up. They're going to have to rotate, split their assets, and go ahead and get that clear. Once they maybe see a couple people out of position, they can grab someone in these rotations, but it doesn't look like that is going to be the focus for them. All this just posturing right now. They're going to be able to dive onto the Greymane. Huge self-air smash going to be coming out as well. They get the blow up onto that hero. Diablo looks like it might be the next person, as that will be Diablo dying. There aren't enough souls at this time to bring them back, so they're going to go ahead and open up this mid lane, and that is a huge value for the members of Macrotrash, and that's exactly what I was talking about, is just getting momentum and being able to do what you want around the map. So they split their assets. You saw that they were on the mini map. You could see that, the other 2 in bottom, 3 in top, and they were kind of positioning around, trying to see where they were, because they were completely off map after getting this mid lane camp. Really strong play from the members of Macrotrash at this time, as OSD looks to go ahead and soak up and push up a little bit more. The level deficit is starting to look like it's about 2 here, but we are going to be having a talent tier difference in just a second as they go ahead and take away this camp from the enemy team. Corky Booty, though, they're looking for the fight this time. Pre-16, the Pushel does go out. Huff Money going to be getting the slow onto a couple of them. There will be the silence out from Spurbeck at this time. Hedgie going to be the focus, but there's going to be the taunt from the very end of this time. The Apocalypse does come out. Woven with about 30 health. They're going to be able to get out. Diablo going to be continue to get in on this, as Diablo actually will be falling. They do get their Greymane out, but at what cost as they get the slow into Corky Boo? There will be the dive out from Frank Jukes, and that will be the pick. Also, Ragnaros finishing the Living Meteor at this time. Top lane, though, going to be opened up by the members of Macrotrash, and I wonder, do they go for a keep? They try and get catapult pressure, or are they just going to open this up just to make a future potential push stronger? And it looks like the way they're positioning, that's exactly it. Mid lane, though, is going to be pushed up quite a bit at this time. Now, the one thing is, bottom lane is I wouldn't say heavily defended, but it is quite defended on the side of OSD. Even the same, it's actually, I would say, fairly even. About a tower difference and a little bit of health onto the gate. Members, though, coming back on the side of OSD, it is 14 to 16. They go ahead, they pick up this camp, creating more pressure into that top lane on the side of Macrotrash, as Hedgie pushing in that bottom lane a little bit more, going to try and open this up for the potential Punisher that they would have. Corky Boot in that top lane going to be soaking up, and I'm wondering, with 16s achieved, I think they're going to play this safe. They're just going to go ahead. You can see the members of OSD playing this through the gates, or through the shadows. Let's call it that. I'm blanking out of the name, but they're going to be playing within the shadows, just not really wanting to get caught out of position. Also, maybe if there were some of the members of Macrotrash hiding. At this point, though, looks like they're going to go ahead and just grab this top fort, try and get an experience boost in their favor, push them closer to 16, as members of Macrotrash are going to go ahead, delay this, or excuse me, they're not going to, I saw 39, I was like, oh, wait, are they going to delay this out? No, they're going to go ahead, they grab the Arcane Punisher for the bottom lane with the camp as well. Bottom lane has been opened up quite a bit. You see the majority of the members, actually all the members, going to be hearthing back at this time, preparing for the defense at their keep front gate. Looks like they have split of the Sonya and Woven off here at this time to go ahead and get the clear on the mid lane. Fort going to be falling to that Punisher. The rest of the team is going to go ahead and work up this lane, take out the sidewall. They want to set themselves up for a potential gank off the jump from this Punisher. That has not happened yet. That's the other thing to consider here too. Punisher hasn't had the leap into the enemy team. It will be right under that Diablo. Frank Jukes going to be rooted by the Malfurion, going to be knocked back by that Junkrat at this time. They go ahead and burn down the gate at this time. Gonna be opening up the lane. Hanzo Arrow not gonna connect as they get a Sophia Smash onto the Diablo. It will delay this out. The Apocalypse does come out. They do connect onto 1 or 2 members, as it looks like there will be the Riptire gonna be hitting the tank as well as Frank Jukes. Huff Money going to be living through this as they do dive in a little bit further. Looks like at this time the Punisher is gonna set its eyes on the core. We do lose the Sonya to Hanzo there. Blaze going to be finishing that questing talent. That will be Greymane falling as well. Silent Shoe not going to be getting killed by the Sonic Arrow. We do have the taunt going out, but it won't be enough to save Hanzo at this time, as it looks like the rest of the team is going to be trying to end on this core. Hanzo going to be falling. It's 2 to 1 in trades. Ragnaros going to be jumping into the Molten Core form here. Going to be poking out. They dive in and won't be connecting onto the Diablo. Taunt will go out as well, but the burn is not very, very quick on the side of Macrotrash. They jump in the bunker. This will be game number 1 going over to Macrotrash. GG, well played. All right, let's go ahead and get right into this. Game number 2 going to be played on... I didn't get that in time. Battlefield of Eternity. Yeah. Don't tell casters. The wrong person to crown, please. Alright, so game number 2. We got the correct drafters set. let's go ahead and get right into this. So, OSD. They've got first pick. What did they ban out? Typical priority is an early Hanzo on a map like this. Ooh. Gonna be Garrosh. Okay. They're gonna be trying to, I think, pull the Hanzo ban so that they can grab it themselves. I wouldn't be too surprised to see that taken away here. The priority is it's the simple geometry build that is so simply easy to just devastate with. And it's one of those situations where it's like, no, thank you. I do not want to have the Immortal be burned down quicker than we can even rotate to it. So, not a bad ban here. That does open quite a few avenues, honestly, for both teams. I mean, interesting. It's going to be a first pick Greymane, highly prioritized on the side of OSD. This is actually part of the discussion I did have with a couple other players earlier, is how early do you prioritize that Greymane? But they're going to be going ahead and grabbing the Maiev Malfurion on the side of Macro Trash. And the thing I want to mention with Greymane is that he's so versatile that the Immortal Burn it was considered one of the most consistent until Hanzo kind of came in the game. Granted, Hanzo really starts to explode at that level 4 with the sharpened arrows. Retro Funkmaster, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Hope you are having a good time. Thanks for coming by. Stukov Blaze going to be grabbed as well in the 2-3 slot on the side of OSD. Maiev Malfurion, though, that's a little worrisome. It's a strong combination. We'll see. Completely got derailed by the follow, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Ban-wise, they are going to be looking for a main tank on the side of OSD. ETC could be strong for them. They could be looking to pick it up themselves on the side of Macro Trash. Trying to think of other main tanks that we could be slotting in this situation. Blaze is going to be in that solo lane for sure. I like the Diablo with it. I would maybe ban that, but they could take it themselves. It's one of those things, it's like, what do you not want to have? I think that's really it. They're going to ban out the Variant. Actually, that's something I didn't consider right there, is the Variant at all. I do think that the shutdown that he could offer with that taunt would be huge, but they're definitely not going to be looking for it themselves. Looking probably for that ETC Diablo on the side of Macro Trash. Did I get pinged? Oh no. Doing the hey everyone, my favorite. Rip Smork, of course. Oh, okay. I didn't know we could do that. Alright, sorry. I am just clearing out some messages that I thought might be... Oh, hitting the wrong button. Alright. Cool. So we do have the 3-4 slot on the side of Macro Trash. They're going to need their main tank. They're going to need their burn under the Immortal, as well as their solo laner into that Blaze. I like the ETC, honestly. I think it works well with the Maiev still. Solo lane into the Blaze, they could potentially pick up the Sonya themselves. I also like the Arthas, too. Offers quite a bit of frontline. The lock could be beneficial for the Maiev. Okay. They don't show their full draft. They do show... I mean, the Arthas doesn't really give away too much. They could solo lane with it. They could main tank with it. These last two picks... Riv, hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. Blaze. What else are they going to grab with this? Oh, actually, on the side of Macro Trash, they could also pick up a Malthy on that last slot, because they are going to be picking up a second tank here, mostly because of the fact that Blaze is going to be their solo laner. They're still going to need some beefy, maybe a beefaroni boy. That's going to be that ETC. And I like the idea of a Li Ming here. I think it works well into the gray main. They could also still Genji as well to get into that backline a little bit. Li Ming. The resets are going to be beneficial. This last slot, I like the Malthael personally, but at the same time, they could still pick up... I like the Malthael for the solo lane. I think it works well. Who picked BOE? Yes. Macro Trash did. Just to go through the bans really quickly as we get this last pick going to go through. Coin Flip was won by Order of the Sleeping Dragon. They banned out Braxis Holdout. Volskaya Foundry was banned out by Macro Trash. First game was Infernal Shrines, which was actually the map choice for OSD, and it was won by Macro Trash. This is game number 2. We are on Battlefield of Eternity, the map choice for the members of Macro Trash. How you doing? Jasmo, how you doing? Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. And these games, I like the Malthael, but I feel like I don't know if their front line's strong enough. That's the only thing that I'm worried about. Arthas has a lot of setup. Ooh. Okay. Blinds will be beneficial when they go for the not purification beam. Suppression pulse. There we go. We'll see here. Decent burn on the Immortal. Good fight. It's those Li Ming resets that I think are a little worrisome. It's definitely something that I wouldn't want to deal with on the side of Macro Trash. At the same time, though, I mean, I think the team fight between both these teams are extremely powerful. The Phoenix, that's, I think, the outlier in this. I really think the outlier in this game is going to be that Phoenix. Maiev offering quite a bit into these team fights, a lot of good setup. Are we going to get Warren's Cage Planet Cracker? I kind of hope so. Let's get into this. Game number 2. On the left-hand side, we are going to have Order of the Sleeping Dragons, or as you guys are seeing it, OSD. Corky Booty going to be playing the Blaze. Woven going to be on that Li Ming. Vader going to be on the ETC. Silent Shoe on that Grey Main. Trenith going to round it out on that Stukov. On the right-hand side, we are going to have Macro Trash with Frank Juice going to be playing... God dang it. Going to have Macro Trash on the right-hand side with Frank Juice going to be playing the... Artanis there. Stormtrooper going to be on the Phoenix. Spurbeck going to be on that Malfurion. Huff Money going to be on the Arthas. And Edgy going to be playing that Maiev. Just the up arrow. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and get right into this. I'm not even on the right cameras. There we go. Bottom lane, going to be a 5-minute this time. Artanis going to be working their way up into the top lane, though. Not going to be joining the 4-man party. As it looks like the solo lane matchup will be Corgi Booty versus Frank Jukes once again. Bottom lane, though, is where all the fun is going to be happening. OSD likes their Infernal. Oh, I should also hit this button too. There we go. So you guys know that casting is happening and just no alerts happening. Vader going to get pulled in by Hedgie at this time. There is going to be Huff Money going a little far into this team. Going to be trying to get that little aggression at the start of this. Not going to be able to yield a kill at this time. Peeking back though into top lane. Frank Jukes between Corgi Booty. Looks fairly even, but at this time, we have a swap coming out. Corgi Booty taking a little bit of damage. Peeking back, though, into bottom lane, they are going to be getting pushed in a little bit here by the members of OSD. Hedgie going to be getting pushed into that corner by Vader. They do get the dive on to Trinith at this time, but there is going to be the root right underneath them. They actually get the kill onto Stukov. That will be first kill of the game going over to the members of Macro Trash. They chase this a little bit further, getting the root onto Vader. There is going to be the second pickup, and that could spell demise. Nope. I was going to say spell demise for the Maya, but it's not going to be just yet. Back in top lane between these two teams. Corgi Booty pushing this lane a little bit. There is going to be a little back and forth between these two as we do have Frank Juice tapping that well. Gonna have some rotations out for camps. We have about a minute and 15 before the first Immortal will be popping up. The one thing I want to note, though, is that we do have that amateur opponent on the Artanis at that level 1, so it is, you know, working towards that extra damage onto the Immortal as that phase will be happening here in the next minute. We do have those Bonds of Justice on the Maya, played by Hedgie there, so just going to be trying to get those multiple Umbral Binds onto, I believe, 3 heroes, if I'm not mistaken. Vader going to be grabbing those globes as well at level 1 with that Prog Rock. So a couple stacking talents here at this level 1. Also just some other things to note, you know, map specific. The other thing too is we do have the kind of standard build coming out from Huff Money here. We're going to be having that Frost Presence at 1, and we're going to be having the Frozen Wastes at level 4, questing into those here. As it looks like we do have the Immortals popping up in the next 20 seconds. Top lane once again between these two. Still fairly even, getting pushed in a little bit by Corgi Booty, taking some damage onto the front gate of that fort. But the members of Macro Trash are going to rotate out and go ahead and get the camp here. Hey, is Vader a new addition? I believe he was subbed out because of connectivity issues. The Diablo player in the last game, I think, I got a message and they were like, we're subbing out these 2 heroes, and I was like, cool, thanks for letting me know. Corgi Booty, though, going to get chased by these members. Umbral Bind going to be going out, and that is going to be the Blaze being picked up here. Woven going to be trying to get a nice combo and a Stormtrooper taking out that shielding onto the Phoenix. They're going to be coming around the back wall as they do get the root from Huff Money onto Silent Shoe. At this point, they go ahead and they put the Artanis, excuse me, I was going to say onto the Immortal, but then I realized there's a camp pushing bottom that needs to be responded to. Going to go ahead and get the clear onto this as quickly as possible. Phoenix going to go ahead, jump onto the Immortal this time as the rest of the team does kind of zone out the members of OSD. Also, scouting this out is big for them. Li Ming going to be poking in here. Woven getting some damage out into Huff Money. Power Slide going to be coming in from Vader. Huff Money taking quite a bit of damage, and that will be the kill onto Arthas at this time, as it looks like they move on to the Immortal, getting some decent burn onto this. Meanwhile, though, Artanis has been working on the bottom lane Angel Immortal, I guess we could say. Demon Immortal, Angel Immortal. That's a fair way to split them up. Jay Smo, thank you for that clarification. So we're going to be having the split here at this time. It looks like it's going to be the burn between the 2 teams, and at this point, looks like it's going to be going over in favor for the members of OSD, as Vader was scouting that out, or excuse me, zoning that out a little bit. First Immortal going to be picked up in their favor. And it looks like they want to continue to this fight, as they do have Frank Dukes diving in there. Dash going to be going out, no swap at the time. Meanwhile, though, Blaze going to be rotating into this bottom lane. We see Artanis doing the exact same thing, as this 4-man is going to be in top lane pushing with this Immortal that does have about a third of its shielding available. It's going to be moving into that melee range at this time. Going to be getting the gate burned down quite quickly. You have this well going to be knocked down as well. Umbra Bind going to be connecting onto Vader. The root won't be there in time. No Hobbling Blast to follow up too quickly as they start to work on this Immortal. It is going to be dropping down in health. This doesn't look like it's going to be the fort falling anytime soon, but it is sitting fairly low on health as Li Ming getting a little extra damage. Woven getting some of those magic missiles out. Frank Duke's going to be pushed in a little bit by Corgi Booty here, as it looks like the lanes are going to be going back to this kind of matchup. Frank Duke's going to be playing this a little bit closer to the gate / fort. These members on the side of OSD know that they're going to be going for this camp. There is going to be the Howling Blast out from Huff Money. Vader going in for that flank at this time. Silence going to be going out onto Hedgie. The Dio Stormtrooper getting that blink away. There is a ton of damage coming out. They catch them in this really tight corner, getting resets for Woven here, getting quite a bit of damage out, and that will be Huff Money falling. Going to go ahead and pick up this camp on the side of OSD. Meanwhile, though, Blaze is getting a lot of free push in bottom and going to be able to take out this well, or maybe a little bit more, as Frank Duke's going to be rotating down at this time, going to be getting the clear onto this. just that Q onto that, just to make sure you get it. They push into this fort, and this is going to be about a level difference between these 2 teams, a little bit more in favor for the members of OSD as they push their way into the 10s. Top lane, though, going to be defended by the members of Macro Trash. Going to get the clear onto this fairly quickly. We do currently, though, have Corgi Booty stalling out Frank Jukes. They see the entire team here. And I don't know if there's any sort of way out as Frank Jukes gets burned down. And that will be Artanis falling in this fight. 10's going to be going over to the members of OSD as they set their sights on this bottom lane fort. Going to be trying to use their next potential immortal to push down a keep front gate. Real quickly, though, just to burn through these, we do have Bunker coming out from the Blaze. ETC going to have that Mosh. Stukov going to be having the Massive Shove. Li Ming going to be having the, not Force Wall. Oh, Displacement Talent. What is your name? Wave of Force. And we're going to be having the Greymane going to go ahead and grab that Cursed Bullet. So it looks like they go ahead and work on this Immortal. Going to be triggering the halftime mark. We try and do the same thing in this bottom. Vader going to go ahead and get that Power Slide out just in time. It looks like these Immortals will trade out onto the safe side for both teams. Looks like the members of Macro Trash are going to go ahead and just burn this down as quickly as possible, trying to get themselves closer to 10. Not going to be enough as they've kind of positioned themselves for a fight. It's actually going to be starting to break out at this time as Silent Shoe and Vader in that backline. Huff Money going to be trying to get just trying to get the clear onto on this wave. Massive Shell going to be coming out from the Stukov, going to be pushing the Arthas away from the friendly team. 10's though going to be achieved on the side of Macro Trash. We have Orange Cage out from the Maiev. We actually have Purification Beam coming out from the Phoenix. We're going to have that Silence from... Oh my god, we're going to have the Planet Cracker come out. There's going to be the Warden's Cage as well. Interrupted by Corgi Booty there as a couple of members are falling a little bit low on Macro Trash. A huge Mosh going to be coming out as well. They get the kill onto the Malfurion. They're setting their sights on a couple more members here as Huff Money in that backline. Bunker going to be down as well. They get one of the members low. Phoenix will be falling on top of that as well. And at this time, it looks like it is going to be 2-for-1 trade. Greymane going to be trying, Silent Shoe going to be trying to get onto this. Arthas actually going to be getting killed by Li Ming at this time. Woven going to get that reset, going to be able to get another combo out. It's not going to be enough. Frank jukes it for a second, but that will be the Artanis falling at that time with the Arthas. They go ahead and grab this Immortal, and that also pushes them 2 more levels up. So I was going to say, we had the Purification Beam from the Artanis. We also have the Silence out from the Malfurion, but we also have that Planet Cracker, the Meme Beam, if you will, out from the Phoenix. And then we're also going to have Army the Undead from the Arthas. Okay, all right. Straight line giant ability skill shot. We'll see what we're going to be getting with this, as we did see that little bit of setup with the Warden's Cage. We are going to be having a pull onto Corgi Booty as they do try and separate them from the team at this time. Bunker going to be coming out. ETC going to be inside as well. We do currently have the Silence as they get out of this bunker. That will be Blaze falling. They leave the Immortal, which is fully shielded at this time, to push up the top lane. Vader going to get pulled back into the team. Going to have that Power Slide right back out. But they realize this, and they're going to be needing to go ahead and get the clear into this, as there is a camp as well as a fully shielded, well, not anymore, but fully shielded Immortal barreling down this lane. Definitely going to be getting quite a bit of value besides just this front gate. As with that Blaze dead, they start to push up a little bit further. They get the Cleanse is going to go on to Artanis, but it won't be enough as that Power Slide and the rest of the team's damage is enough to get the kill. And that is going to be the Artanis falling to these members. And this Immortal is just losing its shield. It's moving into melee range at this time. Cursed Bullet is going to be going out. Don't think it connected. Warden's Cage is going to be out as well. Doesn't look like it got the value they were looking for. As this Immortal starts to work towards the core, they start to back off on the side of OSD. Not looking to end the game just yet, but definitely in a good spot. Going to go ahead and get Blaze into that top lane, push that up. They set their eyes on the Siege Camp in bottom. Already in position for that. The thing is, though, this Bruiser Camp won't be available for almost 2.5 minutes. This side, this Bruiser Camp, it is available, but we can already see the members of Macro Trash potentially rotating out. Well, it's 15 seconds. That's a big time to wait. Blaze, though, is going to be in that top lane. Going to go ahead and just get the clear onto this, pick that up, and just create a little bit of lane pressure that they need to respond to. This Bruiser Camp, though, going to be available for the members of Macro Trash. And they could get scouted out on it. They do have the Arthas, I think, just kind of looking to maybe catch them if they do jump onto this. There's going to be the Howling Blast, so they do know that they're there. They don't have the 13s for this even fight. It looks like they'll go ahead, give this over, rotate over into the top lane, get the clear onto this. Macro Trash going to go ahead and just get some clear into their lanes and get a little bit of macro control, if you will. ETC sliding in. Planet Cracker going to be coming out. They are going to be dropping the bunker at this time. The Purification Beam going to be on Silent Shoe. And it looks like they're able to go ahead, zone them away here. They get a little bit of their gate knocked down, but here's the thing. Bottom lane is completely open. Catapult pressure will be there the entire time. They need to make sure that they just manage that lane. They don't want to take any sort of stacked catapult pressure onto their core, especially during the Immortal phase as they do go into this bush here. They do scout it out. A couple of the members going to be getting pulled in back into the Warden's Cage. There isn't any sort of follow-up damage at this time. Huff Money is going to be in there. The rest of the team going to be diving in as well, but Huff Money will be falling as a huge 4-man mosh going to be happening at this time. They get the kill onto the Malfurion. That will be Frank Jukes going to be falling as well. Hedgie and Stormtroopy going to be getting out of this fight as it looks like they're going to be going ahead and just working on this Immortal. The burn will be very quick on the side of OSD, and they're going to go ahead and set themselves up to grab at least the next half of this, because I don't think that they're going to be able to... Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to pop as well as rotate in for any sort of defense. So they go ahead and they're going to be getting a fully shielded Immortal about 13 minutes into this game. That's not something you want to deal with. Now, top lane has been pressured up quite a bit. They've got the gate still available, but there seems to be always a way of, just Blaze constantly just making sure there is that aggression. Bottom lane the entire time, gonna have that catapult pressure pushing up naturally a little bit more. This is going to be a top lane Immortal. This is the big defense for the members of Macro Trash, as it is 16-13. We are literally seeing, I would say, the opposite game here. I mean, it's night and day between these two games. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and have a little bit of a flank here happening. Planet Cracker going to be coming out once again. They are going to be able to knock that out from happening. Corgi Booty going to be pulled in. The bunker is going to be down as well. Looks like Huff Money falling a little bit low in this situation. That will be the Arthas falling at the start of this fight. Blaze going to be going ahead and getting some self-healing. There is going to be the Warden's Cage that does come out. Hedgie going to be getting out of here as the Warden's Cage will get the defense. They have the blink over the wall. Stormtrooper going to be working on the Immortal, as that will be the Blaze falling, giving a reset over to Li Ming. Setting their sights onto Frank Jukes, at least for a couple of the members. Will be Stukov getting that kill as the Immortal goes ahead and gets the burn onto the keep. Meanwhile, though, bottom lane, the other thing to note, stacked up catapults. So we are going to be having 3 members down the side of Macro Trash. This is the defense they want to try and take, but this is a real hard one as that mosh pit comes out from Vader. That looks like it is going to be the Immortal working its way onto this core. Shields have already fallen, taking quite a bit of damage. They set their eyes on this. It looks like it will be game number 2 going over to OSD as they go ahead. They call the GGs. They're both thrown out. GG well played. Game number 2 going over to Order of the Sleeping Dragons.